95, 96, 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight, I'm here with
Eno Safu.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
In fact, if we fully implement it, we are going to add in excess of 2 billion cedis to the compensation budget.
We don't have money now. That's government's response to striking nurses and midwives who are saying their demands, or rather government saying their demands, amounts to 2 billion cedis, a move that will throw the budget off gear. We'll be hearing from the government and the nurses. Meanwhile, the health minister wants retired nurses to come to the nation's rescue as the total strike enters day 2.
Government appeal to public-spirited retired nurses and midwives to volunteer their services for a brief period pending the resolution of the impasse.
We'll be hearing more on that. And also coming up on Eyewitness News, Communications Minister Samuel Nati George directs telcos to increase the amount of data bundle they give customers for the same amount.
I am pleased to announce that my engagement with the CEOs have resulted in the following specific measures which are to take effect from Tuesday, 1st of July, 2025.
And later, majority in Parliament slams the opposing MPs over their growing calls for a scrapping of the newly introduced taxes on fuel. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
AFCFTA Secretariat disputes claims of intra-Africa trade slowdown.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live on our affiliate stations across the country and around the globe on Citi Newsroom. If you want to know how to listen to us after leaving Accra, let me give you a list of radio stations that bring you this broadcast. In the Western region, you can catch us on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM. All of them are based in Takoradi. If you're headed for the Bono region, we are on Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani. In the Ahafo region, we are on Hammers Radio 106.5 FM in Goso. In the Ashanti region, we are on Alpha Radio 104.9 in Kumasi. And on Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we are on Global 105.1 FM in Ho. In Adakluwaya, we are on Adanu FM 107.7. In the Northern region, we are on Diamond 93.7 FM in Tamale. In Upper West, we are on Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. In Upper East, we are on Source 100.1 FM in Boko, Mike 105.3 FM in Navrongo. In the Northeast region, we are on SCAP 101.3 FM in Nakwanduri. We are live also on YouTube and on Facebook. Look for Citi FM, and we are very interactive. Join us with your messages. On WhatsApp, the number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. On Twitter, now known as X, mention at Citi973 or at Umaru Sanda, and the world will hear what you think. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Eno has our first story.
The government is appealing to public-spirited retired nurses and midwives to temporarily volunteer their services as the country deals with the ongoing strike by the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. The appeal forms part of efforts to maintain essential healthcare services while negotiations continue. The striking nurses and midwives are demanding the immediate implementation of a collective agreement signed in 2024. At a press briefing, Health Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando said a list of healthcare facilities has been compiled to support those currently facing a shortage of nursing services.
While expressing our deep regret over the current impasse leading to the strike and the suffering patients enduring, the ministry states emphatically that government appreciates the invaluable contributions of Ghanaian nurses and midwives to the development of the health sector. Government remains committed to the needed engagement that will lead to the approval and implementation of the new conditions of service for nurses and midwives. Accordingly, government has directed the Minister of Finance and the Fair Wages and Salary Commission to, as a matter of urgency, lead the development of a roadmap to ensure a smooth implementation of the process. We engage the leadership of all Nurses and Midwives Association within the health sector on 30th May 2025 to address their challenges and discuss the subsequent roadmap leading to the implementation of the new conditions of service. Fortunately, the other associations supported my intervention, with the exception of the GRNMA, which declined and proceeded to declare the strike on the 2nd of June 2025, despite the NLC caution. The National Labour Commission on Thursday, 5th June 2025, summoned all stakeholders to an emergency meeting to address the matter. However, the GRNMA failed to attend the meeting. Consequently, the NLC was compelled to take legal steps to declare the strike illegal and called on the GRNMA to immediately call it off in line with law. Yesterday, Monday, 9th June 2025, we invited the Fair Wages and Salary Commission to engage the GRMA, the Minister of Finance, and the Minister of Health to deliberate on roadmap for the successful implementation of the new conditions of service. At the meeting, the Fair Wages and Salary Commission once again, in accordance with law, directed the GRNMA to call off the strike to allow negotiations to continue. Government wishes to stress its readiness to further engage with a view to implementing the conditions of service in a manner that does not dislocate the national budget. We wish to draw attention to the fact that the conditions of service under reference are not captured in the 2025 budget and will completely throw the economy off gear if implemented immediately in the manner it currently exists. We are mindful of the serious economic consequences of unbudgeted expenditure and want to avoid the economic slippages that led to the hardship in the recent past. Government commits to continue to engage with the nurses in order to achieve a mutually acceptable outcome in the interest of the public. While working around the clock to resolve the impasse, the Ministry of Health has taken the following steps to mitigate the suffering of Ghanaian patients unduly affected by the strike. The Ministry will, in the next few minutes, publish a comprehensive list of facilities to complement facilities where nursing services are lacking and where patients can seek health care. Given the urgency of the situation and suffering of the patients, government appeals to public-spirited retired nurses and midwives to volunteer their services for a brief period pending the resolution of the impasse. We further express our deep appreciation to practicing nurses who have opted to remain at post to help suffering patients and urge others to show similar fellow feeling and assist our ailing compatriots even as efforts are made to address their concerns. In conclusion, government reiterates its commitment to dialogue with the GRMA with a view to resolving this impasse for full nursing services to be restored.
You heard the Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando. Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyakwampim also noted that implementation of the agreement would cost the nation 2 billion cedis, a provision which was not catered for in the budget.
And from the Ministry of Finance, we want to show our commitment to help in resolving this important issue, because our nurses are very, very critical to healthcare delivery. and we appreciate what they do. But the reality is that we have over 120,000 nurses, and the implementation of the current condition of service that they are demanding will have serious consequences for the budget. In fact, if we fully implement it, we are going to add in excess of 2 billion cedis to the compensation budget. We have all committed that in our resolve to reset the economy of this country, we must maintain a 1.5% primary balance surplus every year in order to bring our debt levels to sustainable levels. And so it is important for us to manage expenditure. And so we want to appeal to our revered nurses that we are willing to negotiate, to sit with them and the Ministry of Health to agree on a roadmap that will help us incorporate what can be accommodated in the budget for next year. And we believe that they have all seen the hard work we are all doing to manage the economy better. We want to appeal to them that they should let us sit down and discuss what can be accommodated so that we can all have a win-win situation for all of us.
You heard Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyako Ampim.
Let's go back to the phone lines and speak to someone we spoke to yesterday. Samuel Kolgo, he's Vice President of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much.
Yesterday we spoke. Yeah, thank you. Welcome. Yesterday we spoke. You explained why you felt nurses were not being treated well and why you have to be treated well. This government prides itself as a listening government. Indeed, today, 2 ministers and a deputy called a press conference to make an announcement to the nation. They have no difficulty with what you have said. They have not said you don't deserve what you are asking for. They are simply saying that the budget cannot sustain what you are demanding. In essence, they can sort you out, but not now. Does that sink well?
Thank you very much. And then good evening to your listeners and good evening to you and your team. What the minister said is in nowhere near what we expected them to see. You see, they are quoting 2 billion Ghana cedis. That is, if they are going to implement our conditions of service, it will cost the nation 2 billion cedis. It goes to confirm that they haven't even done any proper costing of our conditions of service. What is in it that will consume such a huge amount? Is it the fuel allowance, which is going for only senior nurses and midwives who are few? Is it the book and research allowance, which is going for just few tutors, about, let's say, 10,000? Is it the rural incentive allowance, which is going to be 20%, not 100%, 20% of the basic salary of nurses working in the private area? Is this amount that is going to bloat the amount to 2 billion cedis? There is clear demonstration that they don't take our issues as a priority. If they were prioritizing in the first place, it would have been captured in the budget. But because they always feel, oh, let's tell them this way, they will understand. Let's put them at this level, they will understand. And over the years, we have always been having patience. So anytime we want to take any industrial action, we have to apply brakes. But it looks like because we have been doing that for a very long time, our employers are not taking us for granted. Are they saying that 2 billion, let's even assume that it is true, that 2 billion is more expensive than the entire 35 million Ghanaians' health? Is that what they want to say? So is it only nurses who should sacrifice for the entire country? Ministers, MPs, chief executives, and all others, are they not taking their allowance? So why should the nurse have to wait? And the nurse is not waiting with the team players that he is working with or she is working with. The nurse is waiting alone. While those in the health sector, which form the health team, to make it a complete composite to render quality health services to Ghanaians, they would be enjoying their own. But when it comes to the nurses, that one, it will set the budget off gear. We just feel we are not being treated fairly. And what he said, they have asked retired nurses and midwives to come and support. Those retired nurses went home paupers. They are battling with cardiovascular diseases, musculoskeletal diseases, which they are using their meager pension money to take care of themselves. The state is not taking care of them. They go through the same frustrations that other members of the public go through. So to say you are calling on retired nurses to come and work, the solution to the problem is, it made a proposal yesterday. Start the implementation now. At least, if there are arrears and you think you cannot pay, you can discuss that one later. But to tell us to wait till next year is not something that we will accept.
Have you costed the demands yourself, though? The government puts it at 2 billion. Are you saying it's too much or too less, the amount quoted by the government?
The amount quoted is too much.
What is your own figure that you're working with?
We are trying to do that because we didn't know that this thing will come. So this afternoon, I was trying to get the various categories. So when I did the uniform allowance, the uniform allowance, 1,000, it's just 120 million Ghana cedis. And that is one of the major expenditure, apart from the book and research allowance. But that is not also going to all nurses. It's just the nurse educators. The fuel allowance, that one is very difficult to quantify, but it is also for only the 3 top senior grades of the profession, and they are few. So let's take it that even if the fuel allowance per month is 2,000, the senior class, how many are they? That is the principal nursing officer, the deputy chief nursing officer, and chief nursing officer. Chief nursing officers, they are not up to 50. The deputy chiefs may be in their hundreds, and the principal nursing officers will be in their 100. If you put all of them together, they will not be able to, they will not be more than 15,000. And then this one, I'm being very generous. So it is not true that such an amount will be. There are some of the things they are supposed to be paid at the facility level.
So, Mr. Kogo, so you think that the figure has been overquoted? I'm sure in the coming hours or days, maybe you would come up with a figure that you believe is correct, so we work with that. Now, you said that 2 billion is not worth more than the lives of 35 million people. That may be true, but it is also true that if you do not factor an expenditure into your budget, you would be a reckless person if you went ahead to expend, even though it is not budgeted for. Are you asking, and they've explained that if they go ahead to do this expenditure, our targets that we have set, the reset agenda would be drowning. And so this is the best way to save it. As nurses, would you be able to perhaps also decide to say you're going to sacrifice this year so that next year you'll be put on this schedule and then we'll all be on the same footing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Umaru. We wish we could do that. But it's like we have done that over the years. Sometimes we just look at our patients and we relax. We don't push much. But this big insult, a proposal given to you, you fail to factor it into your budget. And you think we should take responsibility for that. And you think we should sacrifice for that. If we are going to do that, then it should cut across all public sector workers, all other people who are taking allowances. Stop the allowances so that we will know that everybody is sacrificing, not only nurses. And some of the allowance the big people are taking. One category of allowance can pay three of our allowance to a young nurse or midwife. So the sacrifices shouldn't be shifted only to nurses. And we are pleading that they should let us solve this problem as quickly as possible. We can't sleep. We are worried. But the situation is such that it is very difficult to engage our members. There is nothing that we can present to them that will appease them for now. All the proposals that have been made, 1 year is gone. And the 1 year, we have only arrears. We are not saying pay us the arrears. We are in June. When they do a mid-year review of the budget, that is not a usual thing that they do. So we see these excuses; they are not tenable.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you one last question before we go. And sorry.
That's fine.
The government or the minister is begging retired nurses to come to the aid of the nation. You have said that they are in a far worse condition and that they may not come. But what if they listen to the call and they come? You would be losing your job. You'll be jobless. Are you not worried? Your salary this month, at least, you may lose it. And if they decide to come and do this volunteering, you should be worried for your job.
Yeah, for that one, this is not something that. How many are the retired nurses? They come out due to poor conditions of their life. Most of them go home very early. So how many are they? And they are our members. That is what the minister is not aware of. They are the nurses, retired nurses club. So they are inside our union. They are our members. Majority, 99% of them are our members. And we visit and meet them all the time. We invite them for our programs to make them still feel belonged. We have no problem if they decide to come and assist. After all, we are also not happy with the situation that is occurring in the country. So if they come and they are able to deal with the dire emergencies, it is fine for everybody. But it is not the solution to the problem.
Very well.
How long can they go?
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much. I'm also grateful too.
By the way, information I have is that the government has secured a process from the court where they are going to serve you with the summons. We are told that you are evading service, and so they've gone for substituted service. So just be on standby. They may find you anywhere and give it to you. I mean, they may just publish it somewhere, and then it suffices as service to you. That's just by way of information to you, in case you have.
All right. We are law-abiding citizens, so if we are served, we will look at it.
Okay.
And do the right.
Very well.
Thank you too.
Thank you. That's Samuel Akolgo. He's Vice President of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association. Now, there's a related story. The Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana have an issue too. Richard Jordan is the General Secretary. Mr. Jordan, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, my brother. Let me greet every Ghanaian this evening listening to us.
Every Ghanaian greets you back. My question, are you... Okay, what's the connection between your issues to what the nurses are doing, the strike by the nurses? Is that what is affecting your work?
Yes, you and I can testify that the direct opposite of life is death. And so the action by our sister union or members who are working under the ministry has really affected what we do. All those who have died have been deposited in our custody. So there is that direct, effect. Many people are dying from home because of fear of going to hospitals without having to see nurses. Those who are already under emergency already dying have died. We have seen a sharp surge in terms of those who have died within the last 2-3 days. So our concern is that government should just come in and resolve these matters before our mortuaries get full.
Are you saying that more people than normal are dying and it is because of the strike by the nurses?
Exactly.
What are the numbers? What's the statistics?
The numbers are scary. I'm not able to put all together and say about 20% increase or what. But what I know, the information I've gathered across our facilities is that in many 2-3 days, there people have come, people have died. And the stories they tell us is that, your core facility, they said they are not working with them. Before we go home, our father is dead. Or before we go to a private facility, he is dead. So we know that, of course, nothing would have triggered this surge in terms of increase in death. It is just the absence of our nurses.
But what if, because you are not giving us any tangible statistics to compare with?
No, I've never given you.
No, give me a second. Because you have not told us that last week, between Monday and Tuesday, so many people were brought, or so many bodies were brought, and that is like half or a quarter of the number that was brought this week. Then we can say that there's an increment or there's some increase.
Let me make it.
But if you do not give us figures, then it will be difficult for us to believe that people are dying more because of this strike.
Okay, so let me make it clear to you. I know for sure how many die at least averagely. Under normal circumstances, we know how people die. Averagely, we are able to tell that, for instance, Kolebu, you can have a 50 in a week, or let's say 100. But this time round, the number we expect to happen has increased astronomically. And so I'm able to tell from here, Kolebu, Konfanochi, whole teaching hospital, I'm able to tell that, listen, Charlie, this week people have died and people are just coming in every day. Just normally, if somebody will die, you'll be called. The nurses will call you. They are the same nurses who call you. This time around, people are just getting rushed to the place because there are no nurses who even take care of them before they die. Many of them coming from the houses or homes. Some of them from the hospital coming to another hospital, the person died at home. I'm not able to give a figure. I'm not that to give you that, last week we were getting thousands, and therefore this week we've gotten 2,000 as a reason. But I'm telling you that it is just clear that for the reason that we are seeing increase in death and the way it's happening, something might be wrong. And the only reason why this could be wrong is the nurse is not there.
What if a cynic says to you that you are in collusion with the nurses to trumpet their message using this story of yours to threaten and scare the public as well as the government?
Well, is government separated from me? We are all Ghanaians. When we say government, what do you mean? We are also Ghanaians. So I am saying that the absence of our health workers, nurses, has triggered a surge in depth. If anybody thinks we want to disagree, that is the person's business.
Can you
But
open up? Would you be able to open up your books, not the mugs themselves, but maybe the books to show us this if we were to bring our cameras, so that you say to us that indeed what you are saying, practically this is this is a practical solution. Maybe take us to the Kolebu mortuary, or maybe the 37 military hospital mortuary.
Hello?
Yes, I'm just trying to make a point.
The individual facilities may decide. They may decide. It's discretionary. They may decide to open it to you or not. If you still want to go and find out what is happening, you can go to the various facilities and say, look, last week, how many died? This week, I think it's your job to do so. I've given you at least a clue.
Yes.
I've given you information.
Yes, and I'm questioning your clue, and because you are the one, because you are the one alleging, I'm also suggesting to you that you, the alleger, must prove, and I'm giving you a way to prove by asking us to bring our camera, so that you say to us,
yes, so,
there
and
it
I'm
is.
saying
It
that
speaks for
you still
itself.
have the right to go to every facility. You are an arm of government. You have the right to take information. Even if they refuse, you can use the right information to get it. So I'm suggesting that to you, that you still have that right to do so.
I appreciate.
No one will block you from this.
I appreciate. I'm also suggesting to you that in order that you should come out finching and come with clean hands, so that you are not accused of engaging in a collusion with the nurses, you too prove to us with figures that this claim of yours.
I'll prove to you if you want it to be proven.
I'll be happy if you do that. Now, moving forward.
If you want it to be proven,
yes,
I will prove to you. But this is one thing I know.
Mm-hmm.
That people who are working in the sector where they handle people who are sick and so forth, if they are not there even for an hour, we know the effect we have.
Yes, we do.
And we are experiencing the effect.
Okay.
And I'm suggesting to you clearly that effect for 2-3 days we have experienced something unusual.
I get you. I
and
get
the only reason why the only explanation I can give you is the possible absence of the nurses.
Very well.
If anybody thinks you want to see figure or play politics with it, that is the person's own cup of tea.
Let me ask
I'm
you.
not here to please any. Yes.
Let me ask you a quick question. How long have you been a mortuary worker for?
I have been in the system since 2015.
So 10 years.
Yes.
Now, in the past 10 years, while you were a mortuary worker, have nurses gone on strike?
Sincerely, let me be very frank with you. I think before 2015, it's not only nurses, we're hearing nurses, doctors, even before mortuary workers started agitating. But for the past 8 years, I haven't really, to be sincere, seen them declare strike action that has materialized before. They have said they have served notice, but it never happened.
Okay. I was just asking this because I wanted to know whether in the past a similar thing happened. That's why I asked the question. Now, moving forward.
I think in 2015, before 2016, I used to hear a lot. I mean, even before I came to the scene, we were hearing doctors. Even remember, doctors even went 3 weeks in 2015, and some of them. But in the past 8 years.
Okay, moving forward. Your facility is a conveyor place, isn't it? So you receive and you give. So you receive bodies and give to families to take to the cemetery.
Yes.
Now, are you suggesting that if the current rate of death continues, the morgues will be full?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you are also not saying that you are going to go on strike in support of the nurses, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, we have not even declared any such intention.
Very well. Let's leave it here.
And we are meeting government tomorrow, not because we have declared strike action, because government thought that they need to meet us to discuss our concerns. That has nothing to do with the next strike action.
Very well. Wish you all the best in your negotiations. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Richard Jordan, his General Secretary, Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go, the go. Google me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. The Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation has announced a 15% increase in data offers for MTN and a 10% increase in data offers for AT and Telecel effective July 1. Sector Minister Sam Nate George announced this at a press briefing earlier today in response to concerns over high data prices across networks. He said the move is part of efforts to improve value and service delivery for consumers. He also warned that any network that fails to comply with the new directive will face sanctions.
At this juncture, I am pleased to announce that my engagement with the CEOs have resulted in the following specific measures which are to take effect from Tuesday, 1st of July, 2025. Airtel Tigo Ghana, AT Ghana. A 10% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. Additionally, the 400 Ghana Cedi bundle, which currently offers 195 gigabytes of data, will now offer 236 gigabytes of data. Ghana Telecommunications Company Limited, Telecel. Also, a 10% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. Their 400 Ghana Cedi bundle, which currently offers 90 gigabytes, will offer 250 gigabytes from 1st of July. Scancom Ghana Limited, MTN. A 15% increase in all data bundles currently offered by the network. And I'm pleased to announce the restoration of the 399 Ghana Cedi bundle, which currently has been changed to the 350 Cedi bundle that offers 92.88 gig, will henceforth be reinstated to 214 gig for 399 Ghana Cedi. I am aware these increases are going to come at considerable cost to the network operators. However, I am glad that our engagements and the consultations are bearing fruit for the Ghanaian people. To the CEOs, you have my gratitude. We have pledged our continued fidelity to the people of Ghana, who are the customers of the telcos. The implementation date of 1st of July is to allow the networks to recalibrate and reconfigure their systems to reflect the agreed upon value increases. The regulator, NCA, is directed to ensure they monitor strict implementations of this directive from 1st of July. Where failure applies, sanctions should be applied. The changes on MTN are steeper than the two other operators, but this is as a result of MTN's SMP status. The ministry is committed to continue to working with the regulator and MTN to constantly review their SMP status and make the necessary adjustments once we achieve the market realignments that we seek with these measures. It has also come to my notice that there is a public call regarding the arbitrary charge or change in data prices by the operators. Let me state for the record that the facts do not support that claim. The NCA has a billing verification system to access the billing integrities of mobile data services. The NCA reports that in the last billing integrity test conducted on mobile data bundles for MTN, Telecel, and AT in Q3 of 2024, it found that 1. All data bundles purchased during the test period were correctly credited and remained intact throughout their validity with no unexpected data losses. 2. Non-expiry data bundles did not expire. And 3. All unused data bundles were rolled over after resubscription. These are the facts from the NCA. The NCA is hereby directed to conduct a billing integrity test for data services and to provide quarterly reports to the ministry starting from Q3.
You heard Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam Nate George.
A member of the Information and Communications Committee of Parliament, an MP from Priso, has joined me on the line. The Honorable David Sofos, Ansel Poku, OPK. You're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, my brother. How are you?
I'm well. As a user of data, I'm excited, and I'm sure also this will be the first time a member of the opposition party will be applauding the government. Maybe your colleague for Ningo Prampara should be celebrating him. Data ayefo.
Well, we should be applauding the government if the demands of the ordinary Ghanaian were to be the reality. I mean, we all know. Today, if we were to go to Aposo-Okai, if you pass through Mokola, if you go to Okanshi, because of the dollar, I mean, the appreciation of the dollar against the Citi against the dollar, there's been a lot of reduction in prices. That is not what the Ghanaian people are asking of the Ministry of Communications. What we are saying is that why should we be paying a lot more for data in our country? I mean, let me take two countries, for instance. Take the USA and the United Kingdom as an example. These two countries, you pay a fixed fee and get unlimited access to data. That is what the Ghanaian people are calling for. Not a reduction of prices, and for that matter, an appreciation of the Citi because the telcos are deciding that, okay, because the Citi is appreciating, we want to reduce prices. So you come out to announce this and think that you are doing something. I mean, you see, managing a ministry like the Ministry of Communications should move beyond the rhetorics, should move beyond the fanfare, the propaganda. I mean, it's what the Ghanaian people, it's for you to put in place infrastructure, put in place policies that would lessen their burden. Not something that is hedged on something that everybody is benefiting. And so you organize a press conference and think that, I know that if you were to go to the NCA has what it calls the billing verification system. That today, every Ghanaian gets the bill that he spends. And so to say that you have put in place measures, and for that matter, telcos are not going to, for want of a word, cheat the ordinary Ghanaian, is no longer in place. That policy has been implemented. There's a whole infrastructure at the Ministry of the National Communication Authority that is ensuring that there's billing verification for everybody, every Ghanaian. And so if you spend 1 cedi and the telcos charge you 1 cedi, 1 pesos, there's a system that flags it, and the ministry questions or the NCA questions the agency involved in doing that. So it is not just about reduction in the prices of data, but what we require of the government is that what is happening elsewhere, like the USA, like the UK, like Germany, and all of that, is that the Ghanaian should be made to pay a fixed amount every month and enjoy unlimited data services. That is what the youth they are calling for.
Honorable Davis Opoku answer. Sounds great. You are comparing us to the UK and the US. Maybe I would have loved if you compared us to a country in Africa. And while you are at that, you were in government 6 months ago. If you knew that this is what Ghanaians want, you should have given that to us. You should have given us this fixed data thing. You've been in power for 8 years. 6 months, we should give them credit for what they've done. At least they have done something.
Umaru, I am a member of Parliament. I belong to the Committee on Communications, and I have a responsibility to trumpet what the Ghanaian people want. I mean, it's not about being in government 6 months ago or tasking me to have gotten my government to have done A, B, C, D or not. I mean, that is why I belong to the opposition. I have a responsibility to provide the checks and balances of government. If the dollar goes down and there's reduction of price and you organize a press conference and create an impression that you have done something extraordinary, I have a responsibility to point out to you that that is not the case.
But you also had the responsibility to fix that. For 8 years, you did not.
I did not. I was a member of Parliament. I was not a part of the government.
Using you here to refer to NPP government,
yes. So
not you as
that I was
OPK.
not a part of government. I was not even a member of the Communications Committee. But now in Parliament...
But you had a colleague, MP for Ablekuma West, who was a minister. You could have filed a question.
In the 9th Parliament, I am a member of the committee, and I have a responsibility to provide the necessary checks and balances of government. And I'm telling you that listening to the Ghanaian, listening to the ordinary person on the street, what they want is not something that is edged on the appreciation of the city or the depreciation of the city. No, that's not what they want. What is happening elsewhere? What others are enjoying? A fixed amount. You pay 2 cedi, you pay 20 cedis a month, and you enjoy unlimited access to data. That is what the Ghanaian people want. So it's not just about because of the appreciation of the city, you want to organize a press conference and create an impression that you have done something. No, that is not what you have done.
Okay. Thank you for speaking to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Umaru.
That's Honorable Davis Opoku. He is popularly known as OPK. He is Member of Parliament from Praiso in the Eastern Region. He is a member of the Information and Communications Committee. He used to belong to a group called AFAG. I'm talking about AFAG, another member of AFAG who is MP for Federacia Sokore in the Ashanti region, the Honorable Dr. Nana Eyu will be joining me for face-to-face tonight on Channel 1 TV at 9 p.m. We'll talk about a number of issues in the health sector. You do want to stay tuned in and watch us at 9 p.m. Let's remain in Parliament, shall we?
Yes, so the majority in Parliament, they're accusing the minority group of populism over their criticism of the controversial One Ghana City energy sector levy. According to the minority, government clandestinely introduced the levy and failed to ensure wider stakeholder consultations before its passage. However, addressing the press, Chairman of the Energy Committee, Emmanuel Kwesi-Bejira, said the minority members were involved in discussions that preceded the passage of the levy.
All members of the minority side in the finance committee and all the leaders of the energy committee were present in the committee meeting when we discussed this amendment bill. We all went through the bill and no one walked up. They were all there, and I can mention their names if you want me to. Honorable George Kwame Abuati, who is my ranking member, was present. Honorable Collins Adumako Mensah, the deputy ranking, was present. Was also together with all the minority MPs on the finance committee, including the ranking member of finance committee, Honorable Adam Mohammed Ami, former Minister for Finance. They were all there. At the end, the majority decision was taken. How then can you organize a press conference to say that you were not informed, not consulted? It's the deliberate misinformation from the minority. It's what is causing some few groups to agitate, but one to assure everyone that Ghanaians will not feel this levy at all.
You heard the chairman of the Energy Committee, Emmanuel Kwesi Bejra. Education think tank Africa Education Watch has raised concerns over growing inequality in Ghana's digital education ahead of the 2025 Basic Education Certificates examination. According to recent tracking by EduWatch, while computing is one of the core subjects in this year's BECE, students will be writing the same paper from vastly different realities. While some attend well-resourced schools with access to computers and hands-on ICT lessons, others in deprived areas study computing as theory on chalkboards without any computer access. Speaking to Citi News, Executive Director for EduWatch, Kofi Asare, called on the government to urgently address these disparities and ensure equitable access to digital learning for all students.
In deprived districts in Ghana, where over 2 million learners attend school, only 2% of schools in these areas have access to ICT facilities to facilitate instruction and learning in digital skills, which is computing. Unfortunately, all these children will be writing BECE. So eventually you're going to have a group of students who come from endowed areas where there are computer laboratories, who have learned digital skills through practical experience with computers. And another group of students from deprived areas where they learned computing on the blackboard. We believe that this disparity is not just a mark of fairness, but also constitutes an impediment or a setback to Ghana's effort at digitalizing its economy. We believe at EduWatch that digitalizing the economy starts with inculcating digital skills in every child in Ghana as they grow to become responsible adults. So we've called on the government to ensure that a plan is rolled out to provide ICT facilities and electricity to the about 98% of schools in deprived areas attended by over 2 million children that do not have access to functioning ICT facilities.
Executive Director of Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare. Meanwhile, the Ghana Education Service says it has not received any complaints from schools participating in this year's Basic Education Certificates examination regarding challenges in preparing for the exams due to a lack of learning resources. In an interview, GES Public Relations Officer Daniel Fenyi stated that all registered students are expected to sit for the exam as scheduled.
Malpractice has become a big deal. We will urge all the candidates to desist from any form of malpractice. And in fact, if you engage in malpractice, you will be sanctioned strongly using the GES Code of Conduct and the WAEC examination regulations. We will sanction you. And for teachers and invigilators and supervisors who would facilitate some of these malpractices, because we are already getting some reports where some head teachers, some teachers have already started charging some money to use to buy apport or bribe some of the invigilators to be lax in their invigilation. We inform all such people to desist from such activities, because when you are caught, you are putting your career on the line. Of course, they mention issues of inequality and all that, but we know that every single child who has registered for the exams will sit for the exam. So none of the children will be left behind. Everyone will write. And so we don't know about the inequality and the lack of access. For that, we don't know about it. And no school has reported to us that they can't get access to the examinations, the questions, the materials to use. Across the entire country, we have over a little over 20,000 schools that have entered. We have a little over 2,000 centers that we are writing, even including private candidates. I mean, those who didn't register with any school but registered on their own. All of them are going to sit the examination from tomorrow to next week. I can assure you that every child, regardless of the location, the place they find themselves, every child would have the opportunity to write this examination.
You heard the Public Relations Officer for the Ghana Education Service, Daniel Fenyi. Ghana has recorded 34 new cases of Mpox, bringing the total number of confirmed infections to 79. The Ghana Health Service states that 4 patients are currently on admission and under close observation, while contact tracing is underway to curb further spread. The recent spike in cases has raised public concern, but authorities have assured the public that the situation remains under control and there is no cause for panic. The Ghana Health Service is thus urging the public to maintain good hygiene, avoid close contact with individuals showing symptoms, particularly those with unexplained rashes, and promptly seek medical attention if symptoms appear.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Fun fact, did you know that most frogs can leap more than 20 times their body length? Yup, magical. Now just imagine your business with that kind of reach. Take that leap with Frog. Frog is a bulk SMS, voice messaging, and IVR from Wiggle. User-friendly, fast, and reliable. Get more features on one platform for all your bulk messaging needs. Whether you're a church, financial institution, school, corporate organization, or individual, if you need to reach people with your services, do it with Frog. Contact 0553 019 529 or 0552 809 558. Speak to us at www.wiggle.com.gh. Frog, a leap into greatness.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. I want time where you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inusafa. Let's settle for the details. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area is challenging existing data that suggests that intra-Africa trade continues to slow at 15%. It maintains the figure may significantly be higher as the continent advances its economic integration agenda. Speaking at the Ghana Roadshow of the Intra-Africa Trade Fair 2025, Secretary General of AFCFTA, Wamkele Mene, urged African businesses to deepen collaboration and build strategic alliances that can drive economic transformation across the region.
By some accounts, and the accounts vary, intra-Africa trade ranges between 15 and 18%. Of course, I have a different view because I believe that the true scale of Africa's internal trade is significantly higher than the 15 to 18% range, given the prevalence of informal cross-border trade and, of course, the contribution of smallholder farmers and small medium enterprises, which is not captured in the data that we compute. So we have to provide the evidence that intra-Africa trade is higher than the range of 15 to 18%, and the AFCFTA Secretariat is working on that, and soon we shall be in a position to announce what we believe are accurate figures that express intra-Africa trade.
That was the Secretary General of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Wamkele Mene. The Ghana Union of Traders Association is calling on the government to maintain the city's recent stability to help reduce commodity prices. The appeal came during a parliamentary hearing with the Trade and Industry Committee, which is investigating why some prices remain high despite the city's recovery. GUTA President Joseph Obing noted slight price drops, but warned that negative speculation about the city's performance is hurting market confidence and slowing price stabilization efforts.
16 mm used to be 2,800 and now it has come to 2,550. If this is not significant reduction, what else? And what is our expectation? And what is our measure of this reduction that we are seeking? Let's know that you are expecting 20% reduction, and what is the scientific basis of that? So what we can only do is to make sure that we sustain the market, because that's also one thing that is working against, because people are so confused. The debate about these gains that we are having, we all, not even for politics' sake and all that, we should make sure that at least we have gotten the gains and we are protecting against it. The speculation around it is not positive for us. That this is external factors and it might go very soon and all that. Those things that we say, whatever gains that we've gotten, we as a country should be able to sustain it. The key word is sustainability. If we are able to sustain it, the market forces, the competition that we have will determine these prices.
That was the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Obing. Currency analyst and head of finance at Merben Capital, Nelson Kujo Kwagbeji, has predicted that the Ghana cedi will remain stable until the end of the year. He stated that the ideal exchange rate would remain within the band of 10 to 11 Ghana cedis and urged the government to continue efforts to strengthen the currency, which is expected to either appreciate or maintain its stability. Speaking to Citi News, Nelson Kwagbeji also called on the government to sustain its current measures, including the Bank of Ghana's macroeconomic policies.
Once we continue to do what we are doing now, which is giving strength to the cedi is expected to continue to appreciate or remain stable from now to the end of the year. The blips that are happening is just within the retail market. You know, the retailers, they are into business, and so they are putting margins and spread on the dollars that they are buying from either the banks or from the Bank of Ghana. So I don't think this one will cause any major, unexpected change in the rate as far as where I sit from now is concerned. All the factors that are giving, strength to the cedi are still in existence. I mean, our gold export sector is doing very well. Government-owned fiscal consolidation measures are doing well. Bank of Ghana macroeconomic policies are doing well. And so I don't see the cedi going beyond the band of 11 Ghana cedis within the immediate to short term. What is happening within the retail market is just people who are taking advantage of the system to actually make profit out of the system.
Nelson Kujo Kwagbeji is a currency analyst and head of finance at Merben Capital. The High Commissioner of Canada to Ghana, Her Excellency Miriam Montrat, is pushing for stronger incentives to encourage Ghanaians in the diaspora to expand their investments in the country. She believes that sustaining remittance-driven economic gains is a priority. The High Commissioner pointed to a Bank of Ghana data showing that total remittances for 2024 reached $6.65 billion, significantly outpacing $1.73 billion in foreign direct investment during the same period. She spoke at the Ghana Diaspora Investment Forum in Accra.
For us to be able to impact development, we need to not only look at the international assistance, but also that $6.65 billion. When we're talking international assistance, Canada is contributing to the tune of $115 million approximately. This is little in comparison to what we see with the $6.65 billion. So we need to put all of that together to provide a clear picture of the contribution of Ghanaians, but also Canada and other countries in the development of Ghana. So I believe that there are lots of mechanisms to communicate to Ghanaians abroad and to really give them the incentive to contribute more to their country and to invest more to their country so that they can have a meaningful impact.
High Commissioner of Canada to Ghana, Her Excellency Miriam Montrat. Ghana's tourism sector is poised for growth as the country prepares to host the Festac Africa Renaissance Festival. The event is scheduled to take place from September 21st to September 27th and will see a number of activities to display culture, amongst others. Speaking on the sidelines of the launch of the event, Ghana Tourism Authority CEO Mamiefua Huajoto says the festival aligns with the country's tourism month, presenting economic opportunities for the sector.
The content of this event actually represents what we do for Tourism Month in Ghana. Tourism Month, we celebrate our food, we celebrate our destination, we celebrate our arts and culture, we celebrate sports, we celebrate health, we celebrate all of the things that Festac stands for, all the pillars they stand for. We celebrate that. So it's only beautiful to unite with them, to join them, and celebrate it bigger than we have done in the past. And that is what they bring to us. They are bringing to us carnivals. I don't think they mentioned it, but we're going to have huge carnivals as part of the event. We're going to have beautiful stage, with African culture, dancing, drama, displaying who we are within, displaying our passion, displaying our music, displaying our boldness and our color. And that is what we are going to do. And that is what we normally do for Tourism Month. The only difference is that it's going to be 10 times bigger than we have done in the past.
Mamiefua Huajoto is the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority. That's all for City Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inusafo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hey, Akos, we have been friends since childhood and we always tell each other everything.
Oh, Cynthia, I know that. And that is why you're my best friend.
We even eat together and I have spare keys to your room. I also know your phone password.
Cynthia, don't I also know your phone password?
Yes, so. But what about your Momo PIN?
Hey, no way.
Indeed, Akos. Your Momo PIN is your secret. Do not share your PIN for any reason or give your PIN to someone to send cash on your behalf. Davida, never give out your PIN or OTP as a means of claiming a so-called promotional prize one. Your PIN is like your toothbrush. It only belongs to you. Stay alert.
MTN.
Are you ready to lead like never before?
Ready to master the art of strategy and inspire teams that thrive?
It's the Management Bootcamp 2025.
An exclusive high-impact training for mid to senior pros.
Learn from Ghana's finest industry minds, brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
From the trusted voices of excellence, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV comes an elite training experience designed to sharpen your strategy, leadership, and communication.
Make a date for the Management Bootcamp 2025 from Sunday the 22nd of June to Saturday the 28th of June 2025. The venue is the Platinum Bay and Passion Base Hotels.
Call 0242-011-424 to register now.
The Management Bootcamp 2025. Lead forward. The Management Bootcamp 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Omar Rusanda Amadu. Tonight on Point Blank, we're going to the Savannah region, John Dramani Mahama's home region, the President of the Republic. His representative in the region, the regional minister, is my guest. We're going to talk about the Savannah. Reminds me of Tales of the Savannah by Chinua Achebe. All the beer them drink for here, they make me fear. If you're in the Savannah region, let me know what questions you have for your regional minister. The Honorable Sali Subi Auribe. I like your name. Council, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, God willing.
What does your name mean, Biauribe? How do I pronounce it?
Biauribe.
Biauribe. What does it mean?
Live a worthy life.
Oh, nice. So this is Gonja.
Yes, Gonja.
It's a very nice name. It's a very nice name. How are you doing?
Oh, good, by the grace of God.
Congratulations on your nomination, appointment, swearing in as Regional Minister Savannah.
Thank you.
Did you see that coming?
In fact, I was looking up to get your mama, His Excellency, elected as president. I never thought I would be made a regional minister.
Were you an active politician, or you were doing private life, private stuff? Were you doing public politics?
Yes, I was doing public politics. In fact, I was a DCE for Central Gonja.
Okay, which capital is
Bupe.
where? Bupe, okay.
2009.
So energy minister's place.
Very well, 2009
okay.
to 2013 under Jen Mills,
okay.
And partly His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
I served my 4 years tenure as a DCE for
okay.
Central Gonja.
Okay.
Subsequent to that, I became a deputy regional secretary for the then larger northern region,
okay.
where Northeast and Savannah were part.
And northern region.
Yes, and northern region. Thereafter, after 4 years of service as a deputy general secretary, I stood as a regional secretary and won in the then larger northern region as well. That was 2018. Subsequent to which they actually broke the regions into 3.
And you continue to be regional secretary?
And I continued to be regional secretary then, and I stood again and won my position as a regional secretary for the second time. And for the first time now in Savannah region, when indeed elections were conducted. So that's been my journey.
Interesting. There are people who, when they become DC, the next thing they want to be MP. Did you try to be MP?
In 2015, I stood in the primaries of NDC for Yape Kosogu.
Oh, and the minister beat you?
Yes, John Jenapo beat me. That was his first time. That was also my first time. Our veteran MP, Honorable Alhaji Amadou Seidu, was no more running. So it gave an opportunity for 3 of us, Gameli Odevi, who is now with the Local Government Institute.
That's an Ewe name?
Yes, it's an Ewe Gonja man.
Okay.
And in Central Gonja, we have a blend of several people.
Because of the river body, I'm sure you have the Bupe, you have the river.
We have 2 major rivers, the Black and White Volta, and other streams and rivulets in the region. So we are blessed with that resource.
So do you do your business here in Accra, or you do your business in the north? What kind of person, what kind of business? You're a lawyer?
Very well.
You practice?
I practice.
Over here or in the north? What do you do?
In the north.
So, okay, so you were doing your politics alongside the
legal practice.
I see. Now that you have become regional minister, I'm sure you would have shelved that for now.
Yes, by the rules, I ought to take a permit from Parliament before I can really go and practice.
Your region is big.
Vast, very big, the biggest in the country.
It's the biggest in terms of land mass.
It's 1/5 of the total land mass of the country.
1/5?
And one district and constituency in my region is bigger than 3 regions.
Which one?
Central Gonja.
That's where? That's
Bupe as a capital.
Wow.
Yes.
But I drove from Tamale to Yape to Bupe. I didn't see. I mean, I know that is okay. Maybe I was just on the road.
Yes, to give you a fair idea, from Tamale, just about 10 kilometers from Tamale, you are into Savannah.
After crossing that river?
No, 10 kilometers from Tamale. After Datoyili, you know, there is a dam. That's the E.A. Mahama Dam, a dam which was actually constructed by His Excellency's father when he was the minister for the then northern region and also the MP for West Gonja.
Okay.
That time West Gonja started from the Datoyili, Adublijili, that's the dam where there's that kind of stream, up to Bole.
I know Yipala. I don't know if that's in northern region.
Zanzugu Yipala is in Savannah.
It's in Savannah.
When you get to Adublijili, that is the beginning of Savannah region.
So your region is
to the left is Savannah. And before you get to even the Adublijili, you know, there's Presbyterian farms. On the left-hand side is Northeast Gonja. That is still Savannah region.
So you share border with northern region, upper west region?
Yes, we share border with northern region. We share border with upper west region. We share border with northeast region. We share border with Burkina Faso. We share border with Cote d'Ivoire.
Burkina Faso how?
Yes. When you go to part of the Solatuna Kalaba district.
No. How? You share with Cote d'Ivoire, not Burkina Faso.
I am telling you that we share border with Burkina Faso.
No, I know my Ghana map. No, this one there. No, the minister, this one there. I know my Ghana map. I would argue with you.
Interestingly,
Burkina Faso.
Interesting. My background is geography too. When I was in the secondary school, so I did geography.
But it's Upper West region that shares border with Burkina Faso.
Upper West shares border with Burkina Faso entirely.
Yes.
But Burkina Faso, if you look at the map, there is a certain loop to the western part of Burkina Faso.
So
the height of Cote d'Ivoire is not up to the height of Ghana.
So it's short.
So it is short. So that part, which loops over the upper west part, come to share border with the Savannah region.
So before you descend to Bole,
that is in Solatuna Karajis, around the Saru.
So on the right.
That's closer to Kalba.
I concede.
Very well.
I've considered because you have ministerial authority. Anyway, but you didn't win as many seats in Savannah region as was expected. I mean, you were regional secretary. The MPP still did a good job in the region, the home region of the president. That's not good enough. Last time it was not good. This time I think you've lost more than you lost the last time. Oh,
I don't think so. The reality is that
how many seats do you have now?
We have 6 out of 7.
You lost your regional capital.
That is true.
That's a prized.
We lost our regional capital for parliamentary elections.
Yes.
But the entirety of the region, in terms of presidential, we have done the best ever, apart from 1992, when President Rawlings was standing.
Really?
That is a fact. Again, the regional capital that we lost, Damongo, it was an issue of non-declaration of some other areas.
Your former MP,
and
Galus, my very good friend, he's angry with you and all the party people there. He said that thing that you people went to do is the reason he lost the seat.
I don't think so. Yeah. All of us are angry with the Electoral Commission. So we should gently direct our anger to Electoral Commission and not to any one of us.
Are you suggesting as a party that you won that seat?
From the undeclared results, we were expecting the Electoral Commission would do the needful. And when they do the needful, either they rerun the elections in the said constituency, or they definitely will not be able to declare. Because 3 things happened in the Damongo constituency. There were about 4 or so polling stations whose results were challenged. And in such a situation, you must go and identify what is the cause of that challenge. And if you're able to resolve it, then you would make a headway. In the milieu of things, parliamentary coalition had not been done. And there was also a mob attack, which obviously came and then raised down a part of the Electoral Commission building. And burning was done by unidentified people within the Damongo area. So what was supposed to rely on would be the valid pink sheets that we have, and per Electoral Commission's own information, about 44 of their pink sheets could not be accounted. About 45 of their pink sheets could not be accounted for out of 93 polling stations. So they wanted to rely on us, indeed the various political parties, to be able to come onto the table. If the various actors have the same common pink sheets, then it means that it speaks to the same information, and they can use that for the purpose of declaration.
Is that matter in court now? Are you contesting the Damongo seat or you are not as a party?
I am not aware that we actually
so you are
filed
not in court.
any motion.
Let's move forward. Your region. So your job, of course, is to coordinate the districts. How many districts? Do you have a municipality?
We have 7 districts.
So you don't have a municipality?
We have municipalities.
Okay.
And in the balance of local governance, when you say districts, whether municipalities or metropolis, they are all districts.
Okay, fine. Do you have a municipality?
We have 2 municipalities.
Which ones?
That is East Gonja Municipality and Damongo Municipality. There is that kind of, will I say, a deceit getting to elections when they said Bole district was also elevated to a municipality without any legal document really in same.
Oh, the thing that the former president issued.
Bole is not a municipality.
Municipality status is attained by a number of things, including population.
Yes.
Is it fit and qualified to be a municipality?
It is fit and qualified to be a municipality.
But the legal instrument has not.
There's no legal instrument elevating it to the municipal status.
So currently you have 2.
We have 2.
I'm interested in knowing how you are coordinating the development of the districts and municipalities in your region to ensure development. The Savannah, we don't know what Savannah really is, but you also you can produce a lot in the Savannah, isn't it?
Yeah, Savannah, we are really endowed, both natural resources and human resources. We are endowed. And indeed, in trying to coordinate, you'll be coordinating the human and material resources of the area, and also the activities of the various districts, assemblies within that area. So that is exactly what we are coordinating and ensuring that we get the best for Savannah.
What are your key major issues? What are you focusing on in the Savannah region to ensure development in that local area or geographical area?
Yeah. Savannah region is actually having a backward educational development, and we're looking to uplift the educational development of the area. We need to also attract some investment into our areas, and this investment will be one in commercial agriculture. Remember that Savannah is actually the largest area. The nature of Savannah is such that we have the larger spread of land mass, very fertile lands. We have very good water resources which can be tapped to be able to fertilize the area and pump water to irrigate the areas so much that we have.
Do you produce rice?
We do. We have several lands of very fertile lands for rice farming.
What other crops do you produce?
Maize, any crop.
So we know that.
With the exception, in fact, I can tell you that part of Savannah is even growing cocoa.
So you do yam?
Yam, yes.
Okay, I know that northern region is known for yam, Oti region, yam.
All the cereals you know of in Ghana, Savannah region is
Which of them do you send down south? So that I know that if I want yam, mostly I should get it from Kpasa in the Oti region or Yendi or Bimbila, those areas. I know that there's yam and it will come down. So when I see the trucks coming from Jessica and seeing them from the Ajuapon Road coming to them, I know that that's where the yam is from. What comes from Savannah region to feed Accra and maybe Kumasi?
Yam also comes from Savannah region to feed the urban centers, not just Accra and Kumasi and Kolo and Tamale.
Okay.
Yam comes from the Pembi area, that of the East Gonja district is very noted for yam cultivation. Central Gonja in the Mpaha corridor, or Deber to be precise, is very well noted for yam cultivation. That of the Solar area is also noted for extensive yam cultivation. Indeed, the Daboya Mankargo area is noted for all cereals of yam, maize, millet, and all the cereals that you can take. And tuber crops.
You have salt in Daboya, don't you?
Yes, there's a salt rock in Daboya, whereby it was used in the colonial days. And it was actually the salt resource which was serving Upper Volta and the northern parts of Ghana.
Your region is also the place where we are building the inland port, isn't it?
Yes, Deber. to be precise.
What's the name of the area?
Debar.
What was the status of that?
0.
Why?
There was a fanfare to which there was sword curtain.
Why?
But unfortunately.
Why are you saying this? Are you sure?
That is a reality on the ground. Umaru, okay. I will invite you to come and see the place that the sword was cut and tell me, indeed, it's a good playground for grass cutters.
Nothing is happening? Or nothing has happened?
Absolutely nothing.
But is it a good idea?
It's a very viable idea, very viable point for this type of inland port. The reality is that under His Excellency John Mahama and Atta Mills, they had a broader vision. The broader vision was to take railway line from Tema to Mpakadan, and that has been done. So that they will load the various trawlers to move the cargo, especially coming from the Sahelan region, from Akosombo, Mpakadan area to Bupe or Debar. And when it lands there, then the northern part and the Sahelan region would now be picking the cargo from that point. And it's navigable all the way, the White Volta. The Volta Lake is navigable all the way to Bupe. But there are some shoals of rock at the Debar point to Bupe, which needs some little blasting. And when indeed those rocks are blasted, those deep propeller ferries can as well travel all the way to Bupe and build that place as an inland port.
So sword was cut, nothing happened?
Sword was cut. The only thing that happened was that soil was actually fetched from one point and thrown onto the other.
Now doing propaganda.
This is the reality. That's the best thing that happened over there.
Buankra is where? Ashanti?
Buankra is in Ashanti.
So were we supposed to have both Buankra and your place at the same time? Or perhaps is it the case that the attention shifted to Buankra? That's why yours didn't.
Buankra was there long before. In fact, Buankra started in the days of President Kufuor.
Okay.
When there was that idea of shipping cargo by road or by rail from here, Accra here, to Buankra. But in this Bupe inland port, or Debar port to be precise, it was to use both rail and water transport, which is the cheapest that you can get. As we speak, fuel is actually shipped through to the northern sector through the same.
So I've seen that one. That's at Bupe.
Yes.
So I thought that's the place.
There's a depot whereby there's a jetty in Bupe.
Okay.
So the tanks will come and pick it up at Akosombo, move with it to the jetty in Bupe, and then pump to the reserve tanks in Bupe. And thereafter, they are pumped from Bupe all the way to Bolaga. This is actually something which is happening as we speak.
What will your government do about this dribble?
We have had an interaction with the transport minister, and His Excellency the President has directed the transport minister to look at the investors that they can come and do that kind of investment, expand that Debar port to the extent that we can be taking the cargo and feeding our brothers in
for now,
the Sahelan
For now, there's no plan yet. At least you haven't got anybody saying that they are ready to help.
The transport minister told me that about 2 investors are coming in.
Okay.
But they are making the necessary considerations.
Before we go, your region has tourist sites. The Mole National Park is a big issue. The road in your region, especially in the Bole district, is not good. I mean, the last time I went on the Heritage Caravan, I was like, no, this cannot be the road in the former president's hometown. What happened? I mean, NDC has done Fufuso Solar, big deal. That one too is falling apart now, but at least it's better than it was in the decades ago. What's wrong with the roads in Bole? And 2, the Larimbaga Mosque. When I went there, I didn't see a structure to it. There isn't any formal payment of money to come and look at it. It's a community thing. Is the Ghana Tourism Authority doing anything about the Larimbaga Mosque? That stone, the rock that they say doesn't move. That one too, you go there and there are people who you just give the money. It's a voluntary thing. There are no fees that you pay to enter there. Why? What will you do about these things?
Your observation is good and right. Indeed, we've had interactions with the tourism ministry, and indeed with the tourism development authority. We are coming up with the necessary infrastructure to be able to support the proper caretaking of these historical and heritage sites. I can tell the Larimbaga Mosque is a heritage site, so we need to preserve it, and not just preserving it, we must make money out of it for the development of the area. And the municipal assembly is also working at it to generate some revenue to be able to maintain the mosque and keep it in shape. These are all plans that we are putting in place. Very soon, we'll be launching a Savannah Development Authority agenda of whatever we are planning to do within the Savannah area. And all these things are plans that we have factored in.
You are just 6 months, so we won't hold you to anything. We'll wait. 1 year.
Very much so.
Check. But the roads are in the president's hometown.
The roads are terribly bad.
Shameful. Don't stay in office for 4 years and make sure fix those roads. Otherwise,
I'm happy you have identified the challenge.
Yes.
It is true that indeed maintenance has not been up to task. If you take the Wenchi, that of Bamboy, all the way to Sola and to the Wa Hamle route, it is a western corridor route. Thankfully, today we just had a discussion with the road minister, and he has assured me that he has the directive to add it up to the big push.
Okay.
So they are not just going to give the entire long stretch to one contractor, but they want to actually cut it into various lots and give it to several contractors who will complete that within the shortest time. And just like we had the Eastern Corridor, that is also the Western Corridor road of Ghana. And we have the Central Corridor, which passes through Tamale. So these three corridors, I tell you, if indeed you work on them, then the nation will be having the greatest of benefits.
And you add rail line to it. Work on them and add the rail lines to Central Spine, Western Spine, and
that is true. But I'm just talking to you what is going to start this year.
Okay. So this year we should see construction on the Bole,
work
Bamboy,
will definitely start on the Bole, Bamboy, Wenchi, Sola, Wa road. Okay. There's also a road from Bole Township to Chache, which leads into Bona in Côte d'Ivoire. Remember that the bridge, the Black Volta Bridge at Chache, has been bridged by the Ivorians. So it is now our part. We will not struggle again to be doing the bridge or constructing the bridge.
Okay.
Indeed, there was that partnership when President Mama was in government the last time, when he had that agreement between Ado, Alassane Dramane Ouattara of Côte d'Ivoire and himself to gently work on the bridge of Chache. Unfortunately, succeeding government did not go through, but Ado went ahead and still executed that. Alassane Dramane, when I say Ado, I mean Alassane Dramane Ouattara of Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah, your other president.
The Ado of Côte d'Ivoire, not the Ado of Ghana.
No, bro, I'm not even going to give you an opportunity to spite. But anyway, thank you so much. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for joining us for Point Blank. We'll look forward to having another conversation with you.
Most grateful. Most grateful.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Umaru. I'm most grateful.
That's Honorable Salisu Biaurube. He is the Savannah Regional Minister. He was our guest on Point Blank tonight. I am Umaru Sandamado. I did the show tonight with Eno Safo. Production by Beverly London and Sami Wiafi with Julian Odami Asari and Manuel Ayama supporting. The technical support came through from Imano Owusu and Imano Owusu. Imano Lati, forgive me. And Imano Owusu is the one who helped us with the new media. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening and have a good night.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3 Accra.
There's plenty ways I'm thinking. Is this my way or the business? Or is it my father way, brother pinch me. I see man they go off a juice. Drop a man anyways off a juice. Set my mind, me show me. Mr. Man follow your journey. Take it as time and shake it. I choose my two eyes only. Bring bunkers, the bring bunkers. The bring bunkers. They go talking someday. I can't help you. The bring bunkers, the bring bunkers. The bring bunkers. They go talking someday. Tell them I like it, yeah, cause I like to smoke some weed. Spend my days escaping realities for real. You know I've been that guy. You know I move in silence. So them boys on the other side can't get shit from me. Mouth shut, eyes open, so wide. Can't catch a man lacking